love Mike Hanson Archives.
Hello, folks. This is Jeff Davis with the legendary Jeff Davis Show from Central Texas, USA. And I love Mike Hanson Archives. Peace out, baby.
Well, hi, Austin. My name is Terry Liberty Parker.
Hi, Austin, and I'm Debbie Gauntlet.
And we are naked under these clothes.
And you're watching the
Jeff Davis Show.
And we're with Live and Let Live on Cable Channel 10. Keep watching.
And this is a pint-sized Xena the Warrior Princess. What? Again?
Go for it.
What, now? Yeah. Hi, Austin. My name is Terry Liberty Parker, and this is...
Hi, Austin. This is Debbie Gauntlet. And you're watching...
The Jeff Davis Show.
On Cable Channel
10.
And we're with Live and
Let Live. That's right. Keep watching this show to find out how to live and let live. And we are both naked under these clothes. And this is a pint-sized Xena the Warrior Princess. What?
One more?
Change it up.
Okay. Hi, Austin. I'm Debbie Gauntlet.
And I'm Terry Liberty Parker.
And you're watching
The Jeff Davis Show
on Cable Channel 10.
Keep watching to find out more about how to
live and let live.
And you heard it from a pint-sized Xena the Warrior Princess, and she's naked under these clothes.
Hi, I'm Corey Coleman. I'm one of the pilots of the Black Helicopters, and you're watching the Jeff Davis Show. Actually, I'm not even a pilot. I can't even drive a car hardly. But keep watching the Jeff Davis Show, please. And also, if you want to watch my show, every Wednesday, on Channel 16, 10 to 11, I'm Corey Coleman. Show is called The Real Deal. Thank you very much. I love you, Jeff Davis, and don't you forget that.
Oh, let's get a plug of me. Gotta have me. How dare you get a shot of Corey.
Want me to do it again? Or?
Mike, I'll clean things up.
Hi, I'm Corey Coleman, and I used to be a member of the CIA, but after listening to Jeff Davis, I quit and became an average law-abiding person. Actually, I'm not anything. I just watch a lot of Access TV, and one of the things that I watch is the Jeff Davis Show. Keep watching that because that man knows what he's talking about. And also, tune into my show while you're flicking around. Channel 16, 10 to 11, every Wednesday. It's called The Real Deal. It's a movie show. Not as political as this show, but I love you anyway, Jeff Davis. So keep watching. Thank you. Get the hell out of here.
Got it.
Alex, you bet. Like,
Well, how do we get more shots?
You know, a long time ago, I was thinking about running for the President of the United States, but then I started watching the Jeff Davis Show, and I said, well, hey, you know, I'd be a bad guy if I did that, wouldn't I? And maybe he convinced you otherwise, too. So keep watching the Jeff Davis Show. Don't know what time it comes on, but I'm sure he'll let you know. But I can tell you what time my show comes on. It comes on at 10 o'clock p.m. on Wednesdays, Channel 16. It's a movie show, not as political as this show, but that doesn't mean anything because Jeff Davis, I love you anyway. That man speaks the truth, and you'd be good to listen to him. And get the hell away from me.
You're pro-business. Pro-business, absolutely. We have the distributorship here for the flame buster material that they use to treat the church up there in Lancaster.
Yeah. We ain't got a microphone, do we?
It's on the camera.
Well,
Let's get in a little bit closer. Get in a little bit. Okay, let me just, okay, this is Jeff Davis. We are live here in Pflugerville, Texas. This is a business, a business expo.
Business expo for the business leaders here in the Pflugerville area. And I have the local distributorship for the flame busters, flame retardant materials that were used to treat the church up there in Waco at Mount Carmel.
Wow.
So I'm showing it to the various people around in this area, showing them exactly how the material works, talking to them.
This is George Pulliam, by the way, who is, I would say, probably second or first or second responsible with your dedicated efforts for rebuilding the church, George, and I for one appreciate that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure working on it up there.
Yes, sir.
Had a real fun time.
This is an honor that he's down here. I didn't know you'd be down here. It's an honor that you're down here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is it going pretty well in here today, then?
A lot of lookers. You know, a lot of people coming around just checking out the freebie stuff and things like that. But we got a number of people that are interested in the product. We talked to several of the firemen here in the Pflugerville area. Gave them one of our videos that we have that shows some of the test burns, specifically similar to the ones we had up there in Waco.
Yeah.
So we'll see if the local fire department is interested in this or not.
Excellent. Well, can we go back in there and take a look?
Sure, come on.
Okay.
Hold on, Jeff. Go ahead.
Alrighty, folks, and we are back again. Once again, my name is Jeff Davis. This is the Jeff Davis Show, and we're going to visit here briefly with Paul Walker, right? Here for you live in Williamson County, Paul?
Yes, I do.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your experience here in Williamson County.
Well, I think they're a little too strict on the law. I know that we have to obey by the law, but if you get pulled over, they're really strict on the law, and they try to they don't give you the benefit of the doubt. I mean, if you try to explain your situation, they don't really care. They want your money, and that's it. And I don't think that's really fair to, especially the poor folks around here that really can't really afford anything like that.
Do you feel our constitutional rights are being obeyed in this county?
No, I don't really think so at all. I think they're being used, and I think they're being ignored a lot. Once again, it's especially towards those poor people out there. And I'm one of those poor people. I'm out there working 50, 60 hours a week, and the Williamson County takes all my money because over a simple, minor little thing that I get pulled over for. It's just like I'm about to go in the courthouse and pay for a ticket that it shouldn't be held responsible on myself. And something that I didn't really do. And I was accused of a lot of things while I got pulled over. I was accused of smoking dope, and I'm not a dope. I don't smoke dope. I'm totally against that, and they were accusing me of that, and they were going to arrest me over it, and just to do, make themselves look good. And
you think it's mainly just making money, and
yeah.
Basically they are destroying people's lives out here, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah, I agree.
But
you're talking to a radio and TV show host that agrees with you.
Clark.
I'm Jeff.
Say that. Start over, Jeff, because you didn't give me a chance. Go ahead.
Okay, folks. Once again, now we're visiting with Jeremy Clark. Is that correct? Jeremy, what are you down here at the Williamson County Business Annex for?
Well, in February, I went into the military. I went into the branch of the Navy, and I had a probable cause. I really didn't do anything wrong, and they say innocent until proven guilty, and it was all guilty. They kept me in the system. I'm still trying to go into the Navy. I'm not guilty. What happened was, the girl said I can have a piece of stereo equipment. She wrote, she told her mom about it. Her mom didn't like that. Before I heard from her mom again, I went, I gave it to one of my friends, and she called it improbable causes theft. And she brought it up here. She works up here. Every time I come up here, I try to tell the judge, I'm trying to get back into the Navy. I didn't even get a chance to talk, and he tripled my bond one time when I was supposed to come up here. I didn't come up here one time, and they just doubled it. So I was up here once, and they tripled my bond just because I didn't have a lawyer at that time to represent me. They'll put you in for one reason, like I got put in jail for not having a lawyer present. I had a lawyer. All the judge had to do was call him and confirm him that I was in his office, and that the next day we can get my court changed, reset. And he threw me back in holding with he tripled my bond to $3,000. My bond was originally $500.
Now what's actually the charge?
The charge is misdemeanor B theft under $500.
Now, so what do you think it really is? It's mainly just a money-making thing?
It's just a money-making thing, it is, because I'm innocent. I can have my CO come up here, and I can have the girl come up here. You know, they just have, they won't give me a date. They offer me two options, either find a lawyer or plead guilty. And either one of those, you know, I can't really afford to pay $950 on the table for a lawyer to come out and represent me. And for somebody that's innocent to go through all this, it's ridiculous. They're making lots and lots of money off
destroying
of just,
people's lives.
Oh yeah. I had a wife and she left me because of just probable cause, and you know, everything's legit. They're ripping us off. They're ripping everybody off. The community is suffering. Wilco, Cedar Park is one of the top 4 in the nation in growing communities, and I bet you about 85% of everybody here has been to Wilco at least once or twice.
Williamson County.
Yes.
What, for some type of violation?
For some sort of violation,
most
PON.
all victimless, non-violent type
yes,
stuff.
just for pullovers. I mean, they'll pull you over.
Searching everybody.
LP light, you know, your LP light could be working perfectly fine, but it's just an excuse for them to pull you over, search your car. Some people, you know, they don't know the law. They don't know that, you know, you can refuse to get your car searched. But they'll do it anyway. They'll make it seem like you have no choice. They'll look through everything. They'll strip your seats. They'll look under, in the trunk, and at everything, trying to find one little thing to bring you into jail so they can get some money out of you.
Let me get you. This is going on. I mean, these courts and this stuff, there's a place.
Williamson County is,
do you think Williamson County's the worst?
Williamson County has got to be the worst in the state of Texas, if not the nation, of just, you know, when you come through the city or the town of Cedar Park or any Leander, you know, Austin, you're not considered a person. You're considered a convict that's gonna get, you know, some sort of charge pinned on you regardless. They're gonna find something to pin you or charge you with. And then when you get to here, when you get to the court, you know, they're gonna charge you out the kazoo. You're gonna have to pay hundreds upon hundreds, maybe even $1,000 just to, you know, to protect your name. I mean, everybody needs a clean record so they can get a decent job and to be a part of the community. And what they're doing, they're taking everybody's money, and it's real hard to become part of a community that you know for a fact just wants your money, and that just wants to, you know, every time they see somebody, just pull them over and just get more money. It's all about money to them. Wilco, I would say Williamson County would be probably the worst. If you ever come through, Williamson County would probably be the worst.
Well, what does everybody? My voice won't be on here. You'll just have to ask the question. You know, as you have to state it as I'm asking it. What about other people? Do you know other people that feel the same way you do?
Other people around my neighborhood, yes, feel the way I do about Williamson County. Even older adults to elders to senior citizens, everybody gets harassed. Everybody. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, Hispanic. If you're driving and, you know, you look suspicious, you don't even have to look suspicious. If you look like you've done something wrong in your past, you're gonna get pulled over. Excuses like LP lights, expiration date on your whatever, a tail light out, anything, you're gonna get pulled over. You're gonna get harassed. Your car will be checked, and most likely you will be going to jail. Most likely.
Yeah.
So,
it's just a big.
When I came in, I believe it was.
I can't believe these people.
Back in December, I came in. I had I came into court once, and I also missed one, so my bail went up to $1,000. He told me since I didn't have my attorney to come represent me, you gotta understand this first. If you don't show up for court, all your fine does is get doubled. That's all that happens. I went into court. I was there. I was present on time, and he tripled my bond to $3,000. I must have paid, man, probably ever since I got out of boot camp in July. I've been paying every paycheck has been going to Williamson County, every dollar, every cent. I'm barely struggling, just trying to make, you know, just trying to get a lawyer, and it's ridiculous. It's like the system's just, you know, system's made to make money, and it doesn't matter how they're gonna make it. They're gonna pull as many people over as possible. They're gonna get money. They're gonna get some money, and they'll charge. Man, it's ridiculous.
What about that? You said you felt like you were raped.
Yeah, I felt like I was raped. I come in here, and you know, I'm expecting justice, and I'm expecting somebody to listen to me, and you know, try to you know, set a. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm upset. I'm very
What was your
upset
name for the
about this.
record?
Jeremy Clark.
All right,
I'm
thank
20
you.
years old.
All right, thanks.
Thank
Then
you.
for the record.
Philip Capadonna.
Okay, go ahead.
Well,
Okay, go ahead.
Do you want like what happened recently?
I want to know what you were telling me out here a while ago.
I was pulled over in front of Westwood High School for no reason, no apparent reason whatsoever, just because they know me, and they asked me to search my car, and I was like, no, you can't search my car. They made me step out of the car. They searched me. They took my shoes off. They just searched me thoroughly, and then they searched my car because they said they had probable cause because my hand was shaking and I was smoking a cigarette, which I'm 19, so I can smoke a cigarette. And I've been pulled over many times. Me and my friend, they were going to raid this house we were at. We left. They threw us on the ground for no reason. They put their knees in our back. They did all kinds of stuff to us that should never have happened. I've got many friends that have been harassed. They've been thrown on the ground. They've been searched for no reason. They search us every day. I can't even drive through Anderson Mill around my area where all my friends are because they'll pull me over for no reason.
You said you knew hundreds of people.
Oh, I know hundreds of people. I know Westwood High School. I know everybody that lives in Williamson County that has been searched and harassed. And I'm a preppy person. I don't gangbang. I don't do anything. I don't cause trouble. And they just always search us. They harass us nonstop. That's all Williamson County's about is harassment.
And are you in the system now?
Yes, sir. Just because I got a possession charge that will get dropped because I have to spend $1,000 on a lawyer because they searched my car illegally.
Did you give them permission to search the car?
No, sir. Never.
So you have to repeat my question because my voice is not going to be on here.
Yes, sir. I've never given them permission to search. Excuse me. I've never given them permission to search my car, and they do it anyway, nonstop. They never have a reason. They always make excuses. They say I have a car incense in my car that hangs from my visor. They said that gives them probable cause because it's a mask to search my car. Excuse me.
I can verify what he's saying. Out of all of my boys I've raised, I have 4 children of my own, and I've raised 20 homeless kids, and out of all of those boys that I've raised, they've gone through the exact same problems that he's gone through here in Williamson County.
And they say I'm a gang leader of the Crips, and my wardrobe's red. I wear red. I like it because it's bright. Everybody can notice me. Everybody knows Philip by what I wear. I have yellow stuff, blue stuff. It doesn't matter. They think I'm a leader of a gang, and they try to get my friends to say stuff. They try to play us against each other, and they tell us that one's snitching on the other about nothing that never happened, and they just manipulate us all the time. It doesn't work, but that's all they do. They're just manipulative, and they just harass. It's just all about harassment.
Are you out of school?
Yes, sir.
Hey, were you taught anything about the Constitution in your high school?
Yes, sir.
What? You have to repeat the question.
Oh, yes, sir. I was taught about the Constitution and my rights, and they violate my rights all the time. I live in Kingsland now with my parents, so I could get out of Austin, so I wouldn't have to come do stuff like this. I was driving through the mill, they pull me over, and they bust me for nothing. It's just ridiculous. They searched my car. They searched it. They took things apart in my car.
What would you say to Williamson County if you had a chance to?
I would say that Williamson County is crazy. They're on crack or something. I don't know. I think it's ridiculous. I have no respect towards Williamson County whatsoever.
What do you think about the judges and the court system?
I think it's ridiculous. You have no say-so unless you can spend $1,000 or $2,000 on an expensive lawyer that's friends with Williamson County that can get you out of it. That's the only way you can get out of it. If you get a court-appointed lawyer because you can't afford it, they work with Williamson County. They just screw you over and plea bargain when you're not even guilty. I just think it's ridiculous. I hope I never have to come back here.
Did you have to spend any time in jail?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell us your experiences.
I spent a night in jail. They give you, they have no respect towards anybody. They stick you in a cold room that's like 30 degrees they take your shirt. They make you wear one shirt, which I had a wife beater on, like it's an undershirt. It's a muscle shirt, and I had it under my sweater, and they made me take my sweater off and use that in that cold room. They give you no blankets, nothing. It's just harassment all the time. It's ridiculous. I hope I never go back. I will never go back to Williamson County Jail. I'm staying out of Williamson County. The only time I have to come here is for court, and I'll never be back here after this.
A year ago, I drove to the 7-Eleven, and of course the police were in the 7-Eleven eating donuts and drinking coffee. Now I know that sounds like a joke, but they really do that. And a Spanish guy drove around 7-Eleven, and because of the amount of cars that were parked there, he backed on into the parking spot. And the police came out, and I stood there and watched. And they told him, they said, "You backed up, you must have something to hide." And they searched his car. They told him, they asked, first of all, they didn't ask him, couldn't they search his car? They told him, "We have to search your car because you've done something illegal in order to make you back up in here. Why would you back up here?" Okay? They searched his car. They couldn't find anything. They detained the man while they went and got dogs to come and sniff his car. The man's car, everything checked out clean. But I have his name, the man's name written down at home, and I will get that to you. They think you are.
Here he comes.
Looking and searching.
You know, yeah, and seeing what they can find.
Oh, yeah.
That's definitely what's going on.
Are you Williamson County, sir?
Capillary Narcotics.
All right. How you doing?
Good, and y'all?
I'm doing fine.
All right. What are y'all doing today?
Doing a story.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not the comment, you saw the footage yourself. I mean, this is the militarization of local law enforcement. That's all there's boots, the whole thing. And keep in mind, the military is trained to kill. Now, it has nothing to do with protecting lives or property as a so-called peace officer used to do. Now it's mainly just, as we've witnessed here, revenue generation, raping people's lives, destroying people's lives, extracting cash from them, building huger prison complexes, and now the local law enforcement, as we saw in that little piece of video, is now dressed up and geared up in military type uniform.
Well, wait a minute. He didn't have his black ski mask on, though.
No, he didn't have a ski mask on.
But you know, it used to be a time where when I was growing up, my mother taught us that, excuse me, if we ever got lost, we ever got in trouble, go to the police.
Yeah.
Because the police was our friend. And it's a shame that the police are not our friends anymore. The police is our enemy. And I recommend my children, which I told the police in Round Rock when I had to call the police for a disturbance, I would never call the police again. I would handle the disturbance myself. I mean, I don't uphold people going out buying guns, but I would rather go out and buy myself a .357 and protect my own home rather than call Round Rock's or Williamson County's finest, because they are not going to be your friends. They're not going to help you. They don't do that. You know, first and ask questions later. I'm not going to stop to say, "Are you the police?" I'm going to shoot first, and I'm going to aim to kill. Okay, because that's my home. I have the right to protect my home. And
well,
if
the
somebody's
Second Amendment,
busting
I don't know
in
if
my
you're
home,
watching, but the Second Amendment's under attack too.
Everything's under attack, and here in Williamson County there are no amendments. There is no constitution in Williamson County.
Alrighty, folks, we are back. My name is Jeff Davis. This is the Jeff Davis Show, and it is 5 January 2000, and we are here at the Williamson County Prison Business Complex. And my son, of course, Jeff Jr., was here. This is his second time here, and you had it rescheduled, Jeff? Till when? When's yours rescheduled till? He got his rescheduled until February the 17th, and that's just another issue that we're working on. But we have now on this particular visit about 7 or 8 videos of folks, old, young, in between, telling us about what's going on down here in this county. How people are being stopped for little or no reason. Their cars are being searched illegally. They are basically being raped. And this visit down here today has about 7 or 8, wouldn't you say, Tom? 7 or 8 different people all saying that as they're coming out of these so-called dockets. Folks, this is where it's got to stop. If we can make tremendous headway here by exposing what's going on down here in Williamson County, Texas. Now our efforts are going to be to get about 200 to 300 people on film saying the same thing, and then we're going to disseminate that everywhere. And if we can expose this county for what it is, this prison business, 2 million people incarcerated, 60% nonviolent, there's no violation, this is a good place to start right here in Williamson County, Texas. So like I say, my son's, his little deal has been rescheduled, but as you can see from the footage that you've been watching, that the Williamson County prison business is in full swing from the different videos and the different interviews that we conducted here today. I want to thank Tommy Dalmas for showing up out here, Mike Hanson, and this is Jeff Davis reporting live on location here in Williamson County, Texas.
Jobs.
Say it again. Go ahead.
The people that didn't have jobs and couldn't afford an attorney, the judge postponed their case for like 2 months down the road so they could get a job and hire an attorney instead of appointing an attorney for them. I've seen that with 4 cases.
Whether you're indigent or not, they're still not making you indigent. They're making you get a job so you can get an attorney.
Yeah, so you can pay them.
I have a job. They gave me an attorney.
So that you probably should, so you can pay them all the
Yeah, but
costs
people
and
who don't
fines
have
that
a
they're
job,
gonna...
they're telling them, get a job, get an attorney, come back March 30th.
I'll be honest with you guys, I think we're making a difference by being down here. They know we're down here, they know what
I've never heard of a place that makes you, if you can't afford a job, they post date it so you can get a job, so you can get an attorney. You know what an attorney costs? With us with 4 kids,
$1,500 easy starting out.
Yeah. If they wanted $1,500, the cheapest one we found was $1,500.
Starting now.
They've got a woman up there now.
Start over again.
They've got a woman up there now that was asking for a court-appointed attorney. They smell alcohol in her breath from the night before, and they're arresting her for public intoxication.
But say the part.
After planning a
Say
bag
start
of
over.
marijuana in their car.
Okay, but say the part about she was going to come down here and talk to us.
They planted a bag of...
Yeah, she was going to come down and talk to y'all. We was telling her about y'all, but then it was her turn to go up and talk for an attorney. And they was explaining that she had possession of marijuana. Well, they smelled alcohol in her breath from the night before, and they're arresting her now for public intoxication. And she said Williamson, she doesn't even smoke marijuana, that Williamson County planted the marijuana in her car when she was arrested on this charge.
Well, their name is?
John Embry.
John Embry, okay. Well, first off, welcome to the program, John, and tell us a little bit about your story.
Take it to a jury trial and everything and got convicted. But I think it's pretty ridiculous that someone can go to jail or even be fined for having a pack of rolling papers in your pocket that you can go in any convenience store anywhere.
And what did that cost you?
$331.
Any time in jail for that packet of...
No, they just gave me a ticket.
How did they know you had them in the car?
Okay, what they did was...
Did they search your car?
They intimidated my friend, basically, into letting him search his truck.
How you doing?
Good.
They pulled me out. They patted me down for weapons, and so, and I didn't think that was right, but then again, apparently that's okay. So then they handcuff me, throw me in the back of a police car, and then they search my friend's truck, and they find like a roach and had a pipe in there or something, and they found that. So then they pull me out, and then and they take the handcuffs off me, and then they just start digging all through my pockets, and then they pulled out the pack of papers. And they said it was paraphernalia.
What did your friend get for that roach?
Possession of paraphernalia.
Oh, what did he pay? Did he go to jail?
He pled guilty, and I think he paid $250. No, they didn't impound the car.
Oh, that's the general procedure here.
Yeah, I know. They said they were being nice. They were so nice that they had to go violate my rights and dig through all my pockets and shit. And I didn't do anything, I mean, I was just a passenger.
Yeah.
But I think it was pretty ridiculous. I mean, I could see if I had some pot on me or something, that I could put in the papers. They said it was paraphernalia, and they said, well, there wasn't any tobacco there. I was like, wasn't any pot either, So my friend had pot.
Yeah, but the point is, like Mike was saying here, nobody was violent. Who did you?
Right.
We
weren't hurting anybody.
Who's the injured party?
Right, exactly. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's totally ridiculous because, I mean, the only thing I'm going to hurt...
Probably an illegal search, probably all those things.
The search on me was illegal. My friend was one that was dumb enough to give him permission to search his truck. I mean,
I don't even think they ask in a lot of cases. They just do.
Yeah, they do.
Particularly with young people, they just come in
The
and
cops. Okay, here's what the thing is. What the cops do now, especially I can't even say especially Williamson County, but they just go ahead and violate your rights. They just go ahead and do it because either you're going to get the evidence thrown out, and that's the last they're going to hear about it, and the case is gone, or you're not, and they're going to get to convict you on it. But it's not like there's the cops. They're going to go, oh, that was wrong, and we're going to fine you $50 for you know that procedure was wrong. You know you didn't have the right to search his car. You violated his rights. There's no repercussions for the cops for violating your rights unless they beat you to a bloody pulp. Otherwise, they can go ahead and violate your rights in all these other little ways, And you tell them, oh, I can't search you can't search my car. They just go ahead and search your car, and then in the court they sit there and they go, oh yeah, well there was a strong smell of marijuana coming from the vehicle.
Yeah, where's the?
They just make it up,
yeah,
right?
They're just making stuff up. And
right, and the bottom line is they go ahead and they violate your rights, and if they find the drugs, they take the drugs or whatever they're looking for, and then the evidence, like I say, it either gets thrown out and nothing else is heard about it because they were wrong, or the case goes to trial. But nonetheless, even though the cops were wrong, they don't get punished in any way for violating your rights. Unless they beat you to a bloody pulp, and you can prove that they did that.
Well, there's a number of people working on stopping that kind of
smoke cigarettes. I got a damn lighter. Yeah. But they ain't giving me no damn ticket. There you go. Under the law, if you read it, sure they can say, but they don't care. It's just scumbag little thing.
My son's case is really bad. They didn't even find any paraphernalia.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, just that I don't even know what
no accountability.
Yeah, the police have no accountability, or especially the sheriffs or whatever, in Williamson County whatsoever. They go ahead, they violate your rights, and but
illegal stops, illegal searches, probably the whole 9 yards.
All that, and they don't have any accountability when they when it's proven that they violated your rights, and you get the evidence thrown out because they violated your rights. There's no accountability for the police officers. There's no repercussions to them when it's proven that they violated your rights.
Yeah, beautiful. This could be the most explosive story we ever.
You just walked in front of my.
If you have the time, and we come up here, or we can find out when these next documents are, and just come up here and just start getting interviews. That'll be my next video.
Got his ass.
There's that Cadillac he is, I think.
Yeah.
Off raping people. Definitely driving.
Jeff, are you that scared?
I just don't see any point in antagonizing them. They won't antagonize them enough when the damn thing's done and it gets out.
Hey, Ed, you want to stop?
You saw that, Mike.
Pardon, sir. Most famous doors in the world here.
Start over again.
These are the most famous doors in the world. Today we're picking up the most famous doors in the world here at Stripling Blake in Austin. We're fixing to take them up to Mount Carmel right now, and we're going to install them this weekend. Many thanks to all the people who have donated money and time and food and everything we need out there for this project. And the church will be getting up before you know it. And this is a big step right here. The front doors there. That's all the incoming shots that magically disappeared. Probably under the watchful eye of good old Mr. Charles Schumer, no doubt. Let's hope we make it. This is going to be pushing it a little bit.
Well, it is, because I'm making a film about it.
Put her down.
About the doors? Well, I'm not like a door expert or nothing. I'm just an electrician. But that's my knowledge. All you do is you stick them up there straight and square, and you know, I watched Bob Vila. That's real informative too.
But tell us about the doors.
What about them? I don't know nothing about them.
What we're going up there for?
We're going up there to put them in. I'm not TV savvy yet, Mike. I guess
Now, is it opening out or what?
that appears to be the way it's.
How's it supposed to open, Mike? Out or in?
Out.
So, this is the bottom right here to your left. That's her. Let's scoot it back. Scoot it over to one side so it'll lean up against the church until we.
Oh, okay.
Side.
I don't think we have to.
Yeah, this is the news.
You know what, Pete?
How's the bottom? Yeah.
I'll get a wedge and go outside.
Ooh, yeah, we gotta get. I'm about to throw a screw in this thing just to secure it.
It's standing.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
Push this side out. This side needs to be pushed out. No, the other side.
Oh, okay.
This side right here.
I got a couple screws and stuff in there. We gotta go. There you go.
Look at you.
I figure you're never on camera.
Yeah,
I got 23 seconds. Folks, dissident factions out there, this is Reckless. You're listening to 97.1 Free Radio. That was a little bit of Bad Religion. We're going to go ahead and listen to some drug war stories. And I got some news to read for you a little later in the broadcast. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to get in touch, P.O. Box 101, Austin, Texas, 78767. Send us demo tapes of your band. Or if you want to get your own program here on Free Radio, anybody can get a show. Contact us at our voicemail. Leave your name and number. We'll get back to you. 374-4457. Here's a little bit stuff that I think y'all might find interesting.
Hi, John. This is Nancy March from Dublin again.
This is Reckless. I'm here at the mega studios of Free Radio Austin, and we're trying to make the airwaves free for everybody to use. We don't think you should need a license. We're tired of the commercial crap on regular radio, and so we're here doing 24 hours a day, having volunteers come in and do their time, and everybody can get a little piece of the pie instead of just the bigwigs having control of everything. That's what we're trying to do, is take back control of our airwaves. They stole it from us. They're the pirates. We just want to make that known, and we just want them to leave us alone. And we didn't start this fight, but we're damn sure going to finish it, because here we are doing it 24/7.
What's your phone number?
We're at 374-4457. If you want to call in the studio, if something's going on in the neighborhood, if you know somebody you want to get stuff on the air, 322-9414. We always take collect calls from prisoners. If you know people that are in jail that want to talk about their case, what's going on with them, 322-9414. Whatever programmer that's in here is going to put you on the air and let you talk about what you want to talk about on your airwaves, 97.1.
Oh, I love it. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. This is a test. This is a test. Test 1 2 3.
To all the Caucasian people,
Alrighty, folks, and we are back. This is the Jeff Davis Show on location here in Georgetown, Williamson County, Texas. It is 21 January 2000. Joining us, of course, cameraman Mike Hanson and Mike Morgan, the publisher of the Patriotic Liberator. Once again, folks, we are in Williamson County, Texas on this continuing story, and we are sitting here at I don't know exactly the road, but this is the cutoff to the courthouse. We can see over here that it's a small community and a lot of little small businesses and such. But the reason why we mainly pulled over here was because in our entrance we can see several cameras right here at this corner here of Scenic Drive and 29, I believe it is. 29 and Scenic Drive. Lots of cameras up here. Four corners. They look like the rotating cameras. They're rotating. So this is the entrance into Williamson County, or the entrance into, as we move closer towards the courthouse, the business annex. Right, Mike? That's it. The business annex. And there you have it, folks. Loving cameras. It's amazing. Loving. They don't like us having cameras, though. See, they got them cameras everywhere. That needs to be noted. See, they don't like you having cameras, but they sure have cameras all over the place, as witnessed here on the corner of 29 and Scenic Drive in Georgetown, Williamson County, Texas. I play.
Go ahead.
Alrighty, folks, and here we are again. We are down here in front of the Georgetown City Hall, and when Mike just had and myself had a lengthy discussion with the city secretary of Georgetown. I did not get her name. We should, but anyway, she basically said after we had explained the several allegations that are being made about Williamson County, her comment to us was that it's not the city's business. That if the people of Georgetown, Texas are being violated by Williamson County Sheriff's Department, that's not the city of Georgetown's business. That was pretty much the conclusion to today. So it looks like we're heading over to Williamson County to continue on with this.
Hold on.
And she said that it's not the city.
Start over. I like you having a conversation with him.
Okay, she's the city secretary for Georgetown.
Right.
And we went in there and we asked her about these allegations of abuse in Williamson County. She stated that it was not her business, not the city of Georgetown's business, if people in Georgetown were being violated by the Williamson County Sheriff's Department, that we had to go down here and to address that to Williamson County. Now, what do you think about that? That's not the city's business. If they're
this has to be a travesty. I'll just cut on this. No, I don't know what to say.
I'll add it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Well, it's not the city's business, he said, if Williamson County violated people.
Well, Georgetown is Williamson County. I mean, it's ridiculous what they're doing here.
Well, she said it wasn't any of her business.
No, come on. This is ridiculous. Look at that hood on the truck. It's probably hot.
Okay, folks, we're here again visiting with Rebecca Bailey outside the HEB here in Georgetown, Williamson County, Texas. Rebecca, when Mike had asked you about doing this interview, you had said that you had heard some things about Williamson County in general as far as their law enforcement and such.
Right. I've just heard that a lot of times the high schoolers will talk mostly about being pulled over and having the police search their car, and a lot of times they won't ask permission or have any reason. They'll just say pull over and get out, we have to search your car. So
you've heard this firsthand, straight from their mouths.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Did you yourself have not had any experiences like this?
No, sir, I haven't.
Or anybody in your family? Well, that's kind of amazing, really. So you have heard of abuses going on here?
Yeah, just at the high school, people talking about it, and I don't, it's all just rumors and stuff going around, but I don't know. I haven't really seen anything like that go on, but I've heard about it.
Have you seen any unmarked vehicles or police vehicles or anything like that where they've got people pulled over? Or
I've seen police cars having people pulled over, and a lot of times they'll be standing outside the car, But
Are they searching a lot of times? They got their butts sticking out of the car? Or?
some of the times the people will be out of the car and the policemen will be looking in, but that's mostly on I-35. I don't see it much in Georgetown.
Okay. And it's Williamson County or DPS?
Williamson County.
Okay. Do you have anything else, a final comment? We would do appreciate this.
Oh, thanks. Just hope y'all can get everything figured out.
All righty. Thank you. Tell me when.
Go ahead.
Okay, folks, and once again, we're here at the Army store here in
That don't matter, Jeff.
Okay.
I'm not going to use any of that.
Okay, let's get on. Okay, we're talking with Joey Lewis. Joey, tell us about Williamson County.
All right, this is Williamson County for you. It's known all around Texas and, maybe around the country. I don't know about how strict they are about their laws. Every cop in Williamson County from Round Rock to Cedar Park, complete dicks, man. They pull you over for just little reasons just because, they can tell that you're clearly over 18, They'll try to say we're busting you for curfew just to give themselves a reason to do a search, to give you the third degree or whatever. They do illegal searches. I mean, they're supposed to have probable cause, we won't even smell like pot or nothing. And, dispatch you down, take your IDs, try to, just be dicks, be smart asses about everything. Try to be funny about busting you, but it's not cool, And
when I asked, okay, when you get old enough, would you move out of Williamson County?
I'd move to Travis County because I like Austin personally because of all the live music, but it's not worth getting busted for anything in Williamson County. I think I will move out.
Have you personally seen anybody's cars being searched in Williamson County?
Yeah, at school. I personally had a friend by the name of Kevin Mendez. He had some cigars in his car, like the cops know about blunts, y'all know about blunts, he cut open a cigar, scrape out the tobacco and put in the marijuana. Well, school grounds, he had cigars, some swishes in his car, and they searched his car and towed it for that. Tried to say it was paraphernalia, but he had no marijuana on him or nothing. So I've seen plenty of people being searched and towed. And personally, my dad's been in all kinds of trouble here.
Well, maybe we ought to have him do an interview.
I bet you he would. He'd have a lot to say. I think he's been in trouble in Williamson and Travis. It's pretty much the whole state of Texas is like this.
Give me your feelings on Williamson County. What's going on here?
Williamson County is the modern day Nazi Germany.
Oh, I like that.
Is the way I'd like to put it. I mean, only it's like a cop holocaust on the teens, and liberal people, And even in school, you fight, that's a fine, I mean, I remember in the old days, I hear stories, you duke it out in school and you just get in trouble a little bit. Now you're getting fined like a whole fortune. And my friends had some people narc on him at school and say he had cocaine, but those allegations were false. So cops searched him. They tried to charge him and say that because he had a dollar bill, that was paraphernalia.
So your dad's been taking a beating around here in this?
Yeah, he's been in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty hard for him to get a job now.
Have you ever been up and watched their court in action?
No, I've heard of it.
Oh man, they're just bringing people in there, for inspection stickers, and shit like just fining them $500 for inspection stickers.
Do you think it's mostly because you're young or mostly because you're black?
It's both. Because now it's kind of is racism, but it really can be because I see all kinds of people getting in trouble now. And I mean, even now we got too many cops in this town with nothing to do. So they're gonna find something to do.
The bus name, sir?
Eddie.
Okay. And what do you got to say about Williamson County?
It's a real tough town. It's a real tough county to live in. Most people here, they know better than to really get down and party because the cops will bust you quick, and especially Round Rock PD and Cedar Park and the constables around here. I mean, the constables have given me trouble ever since I can remember. I mean, they've given me threats and whatnot, but I've had to get bear down and tell my dad, and he took care of it for me eventually. But yeah, they threatened to bury me. Is like, we're gonna put you so far deep in the system, You always get those kind of threats. Those are the kind of threats I usually get.
Do you have any friends or even, not even young people but older people where they buy legal stops, illegal searches, all this kind of thing?
Well, not really, because most of the people I talk to, they try to steer clear from cops, and they're really good at it. But I've heard of some cases where cops get a little too rough and throw them on the ground and just sit there and they got their knee on their head, or they'll take their sticks out and be using them with the arms, twisting their arms around with the sticks against the car. We're just not talking about them kind of violations. When we say violations, we don't think they should have to be inside people's cars searching.
Yeah, I don't think they should even be. Yeah, we're supposed to. The Fourth Amendment protects us supposedly from these illegal searches.
That's right. Okay, when I ask the question, it's not going to be on camera.
Okay.
You're going to have to kind of sum up what I say and answer the question as in your answer. When you go up and down I-35, do you see people's cars being searched?
Yeah, I do. I see by DPS.
You're gonna have to answer the question as you're saying it.
Yeah, I do see people's cars getting searched.
What? Is it Williamson County?
Williamson County and DPS. Even Round Rock. I've seen them. I've seen them going through people's cars, especially on 79.
They got their big butts sticking out of the car.
Yeah, and they got the dogs running in and out of the cars.
Yeah. What about the Fourth? Are you familiar with the Fourth Amendment? The amendment that protects us, supposed to protect us from illegal searches and seizures. Do you don't believe that's being adhered to in this county?
Ask that question again, Jeff. You messed up.
The Fourth Amendment in the Bill of Rights protects all Americans from illegal stops and searches. Would you say that that's probably not being adhered to in Williamson County?
Yeah, they do. I'm not real familiar with all my rights and my amendments and all that, but
I think it's right to have somebody come. Would it be right if I told you that I was going to go do this to your car?
No, it wouldn't.
Just because these guys have badges and guns and supposedly it's legal and lawful. To me, it's still bad. It's still.
They always pull that bull where we think we're in danger.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
I have a story about.
They always ask you if you got hand grenades and stuff in your pockets or in your car, and you're like, man, get real.
They probably.
I mean, what's?
Okay, hold on. One interview at a time. We'll get to any time you want to do it. We'll get you every time.
Yeah, we'll go ahead.
People are always talking about how the cops came in and they messed up my seat. They pulled my chair out and they pulled my lining out of the roof of the car.
Oh, they're doing that, then, right?
Yeah, people have come up and told me those stories like, man, that really sucks. I feel for you, and it's never happened to me, but
you haven't been down to this court yet, then I take it. This Williamson County court.
I've been to both courts, the precinct. At Round Rock Annex right over here, around this corner. I've been to the municipal in Round Rock, and I've been to Williamson County down in Georgetown.
And you said you weren't being violated? You're being violated heavily.
What were these for? Pot or something, or speeding, or see? When we were down there, it was simple shit like, like I say, inspection stickers, drinking in prohibited. They're just looking. They're just out there searching, looking. Like a bandit would do, basically.
No. Normally, the reason I get in trouble is because I ask for it. I really go out there and I do something wrong I know I shouldn't have, and they come back. And Williamson County is really tough, so they come down hard. But
you violate anybody? Are you violating anybody when you do something wrong? See, that's the thing. A lot of these things that they're saying are wrong, I say aren't wrong. Because it's victimless, non-violent type of stuff. In other words, they're just passing these laws and making us all criminals and bringing everybody into the system.
Yeah, man, it seems like they're like every time they make their own laws. Is what it seems like.
You guys don't look like you violating anybody.
Hey,
I've done my share of trouble, but
we might do some illegal things. I think as long as we're not hurting anybody.
Well, the final thing I gotta say is, if you want to smoke pot or drink, which isn't very bad in the first place, don't come to Williamson County because they'll really mess with you. even for little stuff, just peeling your tires out and stuff like that. Just, you know, little stuff like that, smoking cigarettes. It used to be they'd stick them back in your pocket, but not anymore. I mean,
they've got that new law, don't get burned, 18 and under. Oh yeah, So you think it's pretty rough here, huh?
Yeah, it is. It is pretty rough.
People get in trouble for smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, I have. I've gotten in trouble for smoking cigarettes and drinking beer. Or for even having beer. Even being in the same car with beer.
Yeah.
And he wanted to say something.
All right, Joey. Thank you, bud.
No, any problem.
Appreciate
Anytime.
it. Appreciate it. All right, Joe. Well, just go ahead.
Well, let's see now. I got another little story about 7th grade. We were on the bus, me and a couple friends, and we were kind of we were making a little trouble calling this kid a titty baby, you know. And the bus driver guy didn't like that, so he called the cops. Cop gets on the bus, pulls us off front of the whole school, takes our backpacks off, just dumps everything out of them, says, "You got any weapons?" I'm in 7th grade. I have a highlighter from my classes. It's on the school list. He wanted to write me up a little ticket for saying that I had a permanent marker on school grounds. You know, I stuck my hands in my pockets, you know, I was going to pull out whatever I had and show him, you know, and he just kind of pushes me, you know, holds me down, and he's like, "Don't do that, you know. I don't know what you have in your pockets. I'll take it out, you know." And, you know, I'm a little 7th grader, you know, just trying to be helpful, you know, and show him what I got. But he wanted to just assume that I had a gun or something that I could hurt him with. And that's just the mentality that they have. They're scared because they don't know who we are or whatever, you know.
I think they're scared because they're out there violating people, and if you go up to that courthouse, they got like 10 guys, 10 deputy sheriffs up there with you know, armed sheriffs up there in that big scanning, you know, thing you walk, because they're scared to death, you know, because they know they're running people's lives.
So they have police officers getting on school buses and people?
Oh yeah, they have.
So the question is because my voice is not going to be out here. So they have police officers on school buses searching people?
Yeah, they do have police officers that can come on the bus, but they're not on there on a regular basis. They have 1 or 2 officers assigned to every school, and he handles all the fights and all the drugs that are supposedly going through the school, but he's not. Apparently, they have a sign that says drug-free area. Not true, man. There's all kinds of drugs flowing through the schools. The cops don't do anything. They try to bust the people that aren't doing anything wrong. Then, you know, what I'm trying to say is that they bust people. They bust the people that they shouldn't be busting. They should be out trying to get.
But you said that the cops are on the bus searching backpacks.
Yeah, they can. They're allowed to come on there and take you off the bus and search you and pull you off the bus. That one particular day, I had to ride home in the back of a cop car. 3 kids piled in the back of a seat of a cop car. I don't know if you've ever been in one, but you know, there's hardly any space, and I had to ride home like that. And that really humiliated my mother, because, you know, the whole neighborhood saw her son coming home in a cop car. So, you know, they could have thought I was a criminal. That really didn't bother me, but it was hard on her. And I got in a lot of trouble with my mother.
Joey, let me ask you.
You wait a minute. I got to get this.
Go ahead.
You have seen cops coming on the bus and searching backpacks.
Yeah, he searched me.
Answer the question.
He wants to say it because his voice.
Yeah, I have seen cops come onto the buses and search you, because I've had it done to me before.
That's school bus.
Yeah, on a school bus.
Say that again with a school bus in there.
I have been on a school bus on my way home, and a cop has come on the bus and searched me and 2 of my other friends. I've seen it happen, and it's been done to me.
Joey, let me ask you, first off, you obviously know a little bit about the amendments. Do you believe that the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and the rights for unlawful search and seizure is being violated in this county?
Yeah, I do believe that the 4th Amendment is being heavily violated in this county, because they'll search you with no probable cause. And I've never really been in trouble, because I've been lucky so far to be kind of like, it seems like I've been a step ahead every time, and I've been able to get rid of what I have, you know. And just, you know, it's a waste, but I've had to ditch my stuff plenty of times, and they've searched me too. I've been searched for cigarettes. I've been given a hard time about cigarettes, and I am 18.
About cigarettes? Oh yeah.
Give us a statement about that.
Well, I was smoking a cigarette on the side of the corner across the street from Round Rock High School, And the cop comes by, I pull out my ID and he says, "You 18?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "All right." Drives off. Next day, different cop drives by, a little older, maybe in his 50s. And he decides to give me a hard time when he's like, "You 18?" I was like, "Yes, sir." Gave him my ID and he's like, "Oh, this is a Minnesota ID. I just moved here this summer and I haven't gotten my Texas ID yet." And he kind of gave me a hard time about that, asking me why I was going to school here. You know, I was like, "Yeah, I just moved here. I haven't had a chance to get my Texas ID." And he's like, "Well, you're still in violation." I'm like, "I'm not on school grounds, sir. I'm across the street." He's like, "Are you 500 feet away from the school?" And I was like, "Come on, man, give me a break." So I was like, maybe if I walk, I was like, it'd be all right if I walk down the street, you know, and finish this. He's like, "Well, that solved the problem." I was like, "I'm not sure if it's 500 feet away." He's like, "I don't think you would. Put it out." Threw the cigarette on the ground. He goes, "I guess I'm gonna have to write you up for littering." I was like, picked it up, throw it in the trash. He's like, "Get to school." You know.
Just sum up about what do you think?
Yeah, what do you really? What's your honest take?
All right, about Williamson County. Like I said earlier, the modern day Nazi Germany. And if you want to party, don't come through here. Go sit on the Travis line or something.
Do you think that older people and other people are being violated too, though, right? Not just young partiers.
Yeah, older people usually. Anybody who smokes pot is going to get violated. And I think drinking and being an alcoholic is worse than being a pothead. I mean, I can drive fine when I'm stoned, but when you get drunk, people go out and try to drive and wreck. But potheads are getting the same charges slapped on them pretty much as alcoholics for DWI. If I get caught with a small sack, that's a Class B misdemeanor, I believe, and I think that's chargeable with the fine. I'm not sure how much, and a certain amount of time in jail, the county jail. And when you get busted that night, you stay the night in the drunk tank.
There's a lot of people that I've talked to have been violated, had nothing to do with pot.
Yeah.
I mean, just ridiculous stuff. Just like bandits, these guys are operating.
But they're using that against everybody.
Yeah, see, people have been in trouble for different things. That's just happened to me, my experiences with them. But yeah, that's how I sum up Williamson County.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your. Okay, another interview here. Go ahead, sir. What is your take on your perspective on Williamson County for people you know and all that kind of thing? What is your perspective of Williamson County?
They're pretty harsh on people. I mean, they seem like they don't want to really talk to anybody. You know, they have bad communications and so forth. And I think the main thing is if they can take all your money off you, pick you clean, they're happy.
Does this happen to a lot of people you know?
Yes, sir. It's happened to several people that I know here in Williamson County.
See, we've been investigating a lot of claims of probably illegal stops, illegal searches, all this kind of thing.
Yes, sir. And I'm like I said, if they they act like nobody can do any wrong in this county. They think that they're better than anybody else. And I know people have to be tough, but I mean, these people are, I think, getting a little ridiculous in this county, I think.
Did you have a final comment? We do appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. No, that's about all I have to say. But I mean, I think what they do need is start using what Jesus put on their shoulders, I think, up here in Williamson County.
All righty. Well, thank you very much.
Okay, Jeff, tell us what happened that night.
Well, I was driving along. Forgot to turn my headlights on when I was pulling out of a gas station, and as I was driving, I just pulled out of the gas station, was driving down the road, and a cop coming the other direction turns around, like makes a U-turn, and puts his lights on, and then he pulls me over. And then he walks up to the car, and I show him my driver's license, insurance, and all that. And he goes and checks it all out and comes back and says, "Step out of the car." And so I do. And then he calls another cop, which is supposed to be a drug enforcement, like a drug recognition officer or something like that. And he comes does this little like test with my eyes, you know. And so then they determined that I'd been smoking marijuana, and they took me off to jail. And it's just, I don't know, I mean, I shouldn't even be going through all this right now, you know. Well, I was driving along, just pulled out of a gas station and onto the road, and I was fixing to turn my headlights on. Just right when I'm fixing to, is Williamson County Sheriff's officer going the other direction, makes a U-turn and pulls me over. As soon as he walks up to the car, and I show him my identification and all that, and he says, "Step out of the car." And so, I step out, and he calls another cop in.
Okay, wait a minute. I got a question. You have to answer the question as I say it.
All right.
Did they ask you to search the car?
No, they didn't ask me to search the car, but they just went ahead and did it. I mean, I didn't even give them permission to or nothing.
How did they put it?
Do what?
How did they put it? I want to know details. How did they put it?
What do you mean?
How did they get their butt in the car? How did they get in the car?
They didn't even say anything. They just went, while the one cop was testing me, the other cop just went ahead and started searching. They didn't even ask me at all. They just, went ahead and searched, and I couldn't even respond. I couldn't really tell them that they had the right to or not. I mean,
did they find anything in the car?
No, there was nothing in the car.
State it as I say it. Did they find anything in the car to use against you?
No, they didn't find anything in the car. I didn't have nothing in there. But they searched it in and out, either way.
What happened to the car?
They impounded the car. They took me to jail, and I sat in the holding cell for 15 hours until.
And what was the charge?
They actually wrote it under DWI, but it's not really a DWI. It's actually a DUI for under the influence of marijuana while driving.
How did they determine that you were? How did they try to say that you were smoking marijuana if they didn't find anything in the car?
Well, they tried to say I was smoking marijuana because they did a little test on my eyes. They held out a pin and made me follow it with my eyes, and then I don't know, this series of tests that they did, and pretty much they just assumed that I had smoked marijuana, and I got hauled off to jail. That's about it.
And do you think you've been violated?
Well, yeah. I mean, none of this
You gotta
should
answer
ever.
the question as I say it, Jeff. Do you think you've been violated?
Yeah, I think I've been violated. Williamson County doesn't. They'll just haul you into jail for anything. I mean, they don't really care, who it is, or they don't really care, whether there's really been a crime committed or not. They just want the money. They just want to haul you to jail, so they could fill their courts up.
Well, how do you think the court situation's been since you've been involved in it?
Well, the courts situation is pretty much, I guess it's a normal routine. People just walk up there and then they plead guilty or whatever. They plead whatever, and then the judge sent the judge hold up, I don't know.
I edit, yeah. Okay, I got another question.
All right.
Okay. Has your life changed any since this has happened? Have you had to quit your job, or what? Give me all that?
Yeah, actually my life has changed a little bit, and I did quit my job because it was, I don't really have a car to drive around in anymore. My license was suspended for a couple of months, and then they just rescinded that suspension a couple of weeks ago.
Tell us about that.
Well, they suspended, Williamson County suspended my license when I first got arrested, and the state of Texas, or I guess
You can always start
DPS.
over. I can always use it again.
And the paperwork was submitted to the state of Texas, and they said it didn't meet the criteria.
So say that.
Yeah, the Williamson County suspended my license, but then when the Texas God,
It don't matter. I can edit, Jeff.
well, I'm not. All right.
Try to talk into that. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Williamson County suspended my license, but then the state of Texas looked at the case, I guess, and they decided that there wasn't enough evidence to suspend my license, so they resent the suspension, meaning I guess there wasn't probable cause for the suspension in the first place. So Williamson County just went ahead and suspended my license without probable cause. Oh, well, the whole bond thing is just a big, money making deal. I mean, it's automatically, it's usually going to be a couple $100 to get anyone out for anything. So, either way, if you have to pay a couple $100 just to get out of jail in the first place, for no matter what your, charge is. Of course, if it's something like a felony, then it'll be a lot more.
Well,
Was it illegal?
there's one question I have. What documents have you filed to alleviate this in court?
Don't say
Well,
just start speaking, because it's going to be. That's how it's going to be edited.
Say something. Say it. Well, I filed these documents.
well, sorry. I filed the UCC1 document, which is basically means that the state of Texas has no right to make a claim against me. I filed an apostille letter, which means I'm a neutral to the country and not an enemy of the country. And about 3 or 4 different motions: a motion for discovery, motion to show cause, motion to dismiss.
Motion of inspection of the evidence. We want to see this evidence.
Yeah, that's basically
That's
just
the key.
those motions are basically just asking Williamson County to show us the evidence. Where's the evidence at
Of this alleged
of the alleged crime.
Well, what's your feelings on Williamson County since they violated you?
Well, I've always known Williamson County's had a history of being corrupt, but it's even worse. I mean, now that I see it firsthand, I really know how bad it is. It's Williamson County's just way out of control with their criminal justice system, I guess.
And that's the kind of stuff I like right there, firsthand. Yeah. What else you got to say, Jim? Anything?
They need to back off. They go too far with their
Just say it again. You can just start over and all.
I don't know what I'm fixing to say.
Put them on notice. They keep doing this. They're involved. One someday there will be repercussions. They can't keep doing this forever.
Tell us about how when you went to the courtroom, how crowded it was, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, the courtroom. Every time I've ever been in the courtroom, it's always just jam-packed, They're just hauling people in left and right, Anyone, they throw everyone in, I mean, any little thing, they'll haul you in there to the courtroom. So the courts are always jam-packed. Every time I've been down there, there's nowhere to sit because there's so many people awaiting trial.
I can't even. Your parents can't even watch it.
Yeah, you can't even have visitors into the courtroom. It's only the defendant and his attorney, if he has an attorney.
Did they try to force you to get an attorney?
They didn't. No, they didn't try to force me to get an attorney, but I didn't really. I mean, I can't afford an attorney. I'm not. I don't.
Well, what was the paper they were having you look at and all that kind of stuff?
That was just. Well, I had to sign the release for the next court date, and that other paper was about the attorney, like not having an attorney or something like that.
Well, see, this is going to be filled in after
violating.
Go ahead.
Well, I just think it's ridiculous, the whole thing. I mean, I'm not a criminal. I pretty much obey the law, even though it's corrupt. I don't go out and violate anyone, on purpose, or, I don't really. I'm not a bad person. They just make criminals out of everybody, I guess.
You think they go after young kids?
Yeah.
Talk about that. What the profiling, how they go after people.
Well, I think, they probably do go after young kids a lot more. They know young kids, they don't really want to stand up for themselves. They're not that, they don't really know what to do if a cop pulls them over and, starts harassing them. The young kids they're confused, they just want to get out of the situation,
You went through high school recently. Were you taught about the Fourth Amendment and Fifth?
They don't teach about they don't really teach about the Constitution in high school. I learned about it a little bit in government, but not that much. I mean, you don't really know, the whole definition of it. You just know like a little summary, whatever.
What else do you have to say? Any other statements?
Williamson County is corrupt, and they need to back down. I think they're just way out of line. They don't respect anyone. They don't have any, they don't follow the Constitution or any of that. They just do whatever they want, and if you don't like it, then it's too bad. They don't care.
What about the cops' attitudes, the police officers' attitudes that night? How would you describe their attitudes?
Well, the cops, they weren't really that mean. I mean, they weren't like. Sure, they did the test on me and they violated me, but they didn't really have a bad attitude. Like, they weren't really mean or nothing. They just kind of talked in like normal, everyday voice. I mean, they weren't.
What kind of test?
If you hadn't given up, that needs to be clarified. If you would have provided some resistance, then they probably would.
Well, probably, yeah.
What kind of tests were they doing?
They made me follow my eyes, or they made me follow a pin with my eyes. They had me close my eyes and count to 30 seconds. The cop looked at the back of my tongue for some reason. I don't know what that's for, but that's about it. A few other little things I can't remember.
But you do think you were in perfect shape to drive a motor car?
Yeah, I wouldn't get behind a car unless I knew I could, get there safely, or unless I could drive what I feel is, fine. I don't really care what cops say or what anyone says. If I know I can't drive a vehicle, I'm not going to drive a vehicle. But I felt that I wasn't doing anything illegal. I wasn't like cutting anyone off or like, speeding really fast or You know.
So you stopped to get gas and you forgot to turn your lights on.
Yeah, I was just pulling out of the gas station parking lot, and right as I pulled onto the street, I was fixing to turn my lights on, and coming from the other direction, cop makes a U-turn at the little U-turn lane, and he pulls his lights on, and then I get pulled over there.
And the first thing he did was say, "Get out of the car."
Well, he asked for my. Well, all right. So.
What's the first thing he did? What's the first thing he did?
The first thing.
The first thing.
The first thing he did was he asked for my license and registration, or insurance and all that. You know, the normal stuff. And he went back and typed it into his computer and all that. And then he came back and said, "Step out of the car." I mean, he didn't really have, what I say, any probable cause to search me or to search the car or to even make me get out of the car. He didn't really have any right to do that.
So when did they? When was the first time you knew they were going to search the car?
Like I said, they didn't even ask me to search the car. I didn't know they were going to search it. They just, one cop was over here talking to me, and then before I know it, another one's in my car, you know. I had no idea they were even going to search. They didn't ask me to search. I didn't say they could, you know. They just went ahead and searched.
What did they go through? Did they go through the trunk, or did they go through? What did they go through?
Just the inside. They went through the inside of the car pretty good. They didn't go through the trunk because I didn't, you know, I had the keys in my pocket, and I guess they didn't want to mess with it.
So they towed it off?
Yeah, they towed it off. And
did they tell you they ever found anything?
No, they didn't find anything. They didn't say they found anything. There was nothing to be found. The car was completely clean. There was nothing in there.
Well, how does that make you feel?
Well, I feel like I've been violated. They didn't have any right to search anything. I mean, the cop.
Or probably a stop, too. I think the stop's a question.
Well, the stop. Yeah, the stop, I mean, the cop, I mean, he could have just, like, said, "Turn your headlights on and let me go." I mean, that would have been fine, because there's nothing wrong with the cop telling you, you know, to turn your headlights on and letting you go. But he just blatantly, it was obvious. I knew my headlights weren't on, you know. The first thing he asked me, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" I said, "Yeah, my headlights weren't on." You know, he could have just said, "Well, please turn them on," and then, you know, left, and that would have been it. But he had to pursue with the searching and the, you know, violating, all that. Looking for stuff. Yeah, just looking for anything to pull me in, take me into the jail cell. And
bring me into that court.
Yeah.
How was the jail cell?
Jail cell was, I don't know, it's just a normal holding cell, I guess. There's about 20 guys in there.
What were some of them in there for?
It's a lot of victimless crimes. There's one guy in for, like, domestic violence, which is, yeah, I know, but there's, POMs, you know, traffic violations, just stuff where, you
was
know.
Was there anywhere to sleep or what?
Well, it's basically just a concrete slab. You slept on the floor, or they had little concrete, like, benches along the side of the wall, and that's what you slept on. They didn't, there's no beds or nothing, you know. It's just a holding cell. There's just 2 toilets and a concrete slab, and that's it.
So they just basically had you in there until they could extort the money out of you.
Until someone paid off my bond, which was $200.
And they haul you into the court.
Yeah. And then,
do you have to check in with a bondsman every week or something?
Yeah, I call the bondsman every every Monday. So, that's just, that whole deal is just a big money-making thing, you know, the bonds.
Who is your bondsman?
And the record services. That's
Yeah.
How much did it cost you to get your car out?
It was $100 to get my car out of impoundment. And then also, I don't know whose fault this was, but I had my guitar in the back of the car with me the night I got arrested. And when I went to pick my car up from the record service, it was like the guitar wasn't there. And so I asked the lady at the center, and she had it sitting back there in her office. She wasn't even going to give it to me. She was just going to, like, keep it, I guess. I don't know. It was pretty...
That's true stuff.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, that was because I remembered it was
So
in
who's
the back
making
of the
money
car.
out of all this, Jeff?
There's a lot of people. You got the record service is making money. Obviously Williamson County, the bail bondsmen, attorneys, everyone. It's just a big money-making scheme, pretty much.
Yeah, that might be one of the little. That might be one of the. Hey, it ain't right. Do you have anything else, Jeff?
No, I think you
pretty
covered
much
it.
good. You want
Yeah,
to
well,
say?
the one other thing, I want to make sure that you make it clear, Jeff, that I would question.
Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
Say that. Just say.
Get your hand down. Okay, go ahead.
Well, they searched my car without permission.
Say it again, and I don't, you know.
That's a powerful statement
Yeah, go
right
ahead.
there. That's the kind of thing that gets you off the whole damn thing.
Go ahead.
They searched my car without permission. Let's see.
Just say I'm pretty upset that Williamson County searched my car without permission.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty upset because Williamson County searched my car without permission.
Hello, folks, and we are back. I am here to discuss.
Say it again.
Okay, folks, we are back. Once again, my name is Jeff Davis here in Austin, Texas, and I'm going to give you a quick summary of what the Davises and the different friends that we have, how we feel about all this. First off, folks, you have to remember that as somebody who has been doing these types of things, talking about these types of issues for a number of years, to talk about these issues, hear stories, read newspaper reports about people being violated, about people being shot and killed in their own home and it was the wrong home, about the different SWAT tactics that are used in people's homes. To get involved, to be talking about these things for a number of years is one thing. But when it happens to hit you close, your family, a friend, a family member, a friend, then it really begins to sink in to the fact that there are people out there who will destroy your life for little or no reason. I already knew that, but the thing that I have learned from this situation with my son is it is a fact that these people, these governments, not just governments, but governments are a big part of it, the people inside ultimately being unchecked by the populace, by the people allowing them to be unchecked, to continue to conduct activities without any resistance, without anybody screaming about it, has created pockets of basically corrupt local and county government entities. And like I say, folks, the thing that I, Jeff Davis, has learned the most from in all of this is the fact that many of these people are heartless, are ruthless, they don't care. You try to give an explanation to them, they don't care. They just want your money. They want to have the perception in their minds that they are in power over you, and they will destroy your life for little or no reason. And with the various testimonials that you have and will be seeing on this video, and more to come, Williamson County, Texas, is just one of these entities that is becoming very documented, is in fact destroying people's lives once again for little or no reason, for little or no cause. And quite frankly, the people, the judges on down to the sheriffs and the deputy sheriffs, could care less that your life is being destroyed. And this, my friends, is where Jeff Davis draws his line in the sand. The courts, the law enforcement people, the people that are there to serve, supposed to be there to serve and protect, are no longer doing that. It's money, it's power, it's control, and it's at the lowest common denominator now, affecting our lives. And by golly, it has to stop, and we are determined to do just that. What are you doing? Now, you want me to talk about Jeff now?
Yeah, because I'm going to intertwine.
Okay. It's concerning my son, Jeff Jr. Now, I want to make it clear, folks, that this is going on all over the place, all over the country. But specifically concerning my son's case, I believe that there is a definite reason to believe that this was an illegal stop. No doubt whatsoever. Proof that it was an illegal search. The evidence, so-called evidence of this so-called alleged crime is weak to nothing. I would say nothing, and that's why we have asked Williamson County to provide us this evidence so we can conduct a thorough inspection of the evidence of this so-called crime, this alleged crime. But once again, just the specifics concerning Jeff Jr., I believe that there are, it is a legal stop, a legal search. The evidence gathering is questionable. The courtroom setting is very questionable, very shaky. It's a guilty or no contest plea, which he is not doing, but that's the majority of it. And I believe what we're seeing again is just basic revenue generating, and even more so. And I had a woman from Bastrop tell me this. It's even beyond money. It is a perverse sickness of power that these characters, these judges, these deputy sheriffs have this power over you and this control over you. I think that may even be more significant than the money. And we're seeing it all in my son's case, and it's being duplicated tens of thousands of times every month in this growing prison industry / business / racketeering enterprise.
Hello, it's Mike Hanson, your good Facebook buddy and YouTube buddy. Here's Jeff Davis, my great friend. We're not social distancing. See, we're in 2020 now. Tell me about 1995.
1995?
Well, that's what we're watching right now, Jeff.
You caught me off guard with that. I don't know anything of what's going on in about how the technology is going to bring world peace.
Give him the shade here.
That's
Come
true.
on back.
Yeah, this fella and myself were in the Channel Austin TV studios in Austin, Texas, public access. About 1995,
96, 97, 98, 99.
And I said to Mike Hanson, we were in the control room, and I said to him, Mike, you know, I don't know anything about this internet too much of what people are talking about, but if it turns out to be anything like people are talking about, it could bring world peace and liberty. And guess what, folks? On this date, 6 June 2020, we're heading into world peace and liberty.
We hope so.
No, that's 100% guaranteed.
Jeff Davis Show official prediction. And as you know, Mike, Jeff Davis Show has been deadly accurate on predictions. Great callings, Orwellian police states, Fed bank fleecing. But this prediction, Jeff Davis Show prediction, is going to bring the greatest world peace and prosperity in the history of the world. That's it.
Well, don't tell those protesters, because I actually told them, live and let live yesterday, and almost got beat up.
Those protesters, those people out there at them rallies, just keep on going, baby, because we're marching our way right into a better place in this world.
We hope so.
Jeff Davis Show knows so just keep marching away and just keep going and going with love and peace, and before you know it, we're going to have heaven on earth.
We're going to get right back
That's
to
it, baby.
Peace. We're going to take you back to 1996, folks. We'll see you later.
Peace, baby.
God bless you.
That's it.
Alrighty, folks, Jeff Davis Show. I am Jeff Davis. I want to thank Mike Hanson again for showing up out here. We are here at the Williamson County Courthouse Annex, where we just witnessed. We did get into the courtroom. There was about 100 people in there. And, well, we got first off, the judge's name was Judge Kevin Henderson. Bearded fella. And it was just a routine. Some of the charges were purchasing alcohol consumption, driving without a license, all of these victimless type crimes that this county is very well known for putting people into prison for and collecting revenue generation, all this kind of thing. What we saw here, we've been here about 3.5 hours, what we saw was a business. This is just one small piece of the overall United States prison business. When you saw the earlier film, you saw the people straddled along the hallways there. You know, there's dozens of them, you know, 50s, 60s, 70s, straddled along the hallways there just waiting to get their papers, waiting to go into these courts. They're just processing people basically like cattle through here. And the main intention, of course, is mainly for money and to destroy families. Now, what's interesting to note about it is like I say, it was a routine thing, and you could see just from the whole environment that most of the charges were victimless. It's like I say, folks, it's a business. This instead of Williamson County Courthouse Annex, this should be called Williamson County Business Annex, because that's basically what it is. This is a place for them to collect revenue, and quite frankly, folks, they will destroy your life and not miss a beat. So, my son's particular case got reset till January the 5th. We're going to decide what we're going to do to deal with his situation. But we did witness here today over the last 3 hours part of the prison business. And this is Jeff Davis reporting for the Jeff Davis Show. We're here, still here at the county courthouse, Williamson County. You can see all of the sheriff vehicles right here. And we're going to take a little cruise around here to show you all the bail bondsmen, all the elements of the business going on here. Here's all of the Williamson County Sheriff cars right here. And then we're going to, like I say, we're going to take a little cruise around this block here. All part of the business here. Here's your bail bondsmen. They get about $300-400, depending upon what the.
There's another one.
Oh yeah, round the clock bail bond. Reliable bail bond. Bond. Part of the business, folks. This is destroying people's lives. There it is.
It's on the card. You got that card we gave you?
Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
Okay, Mr. Gold. Let me just ask you a question here.
My name is Jeff Davis. This will be playing on the Jeff Davis Show. I'm on national radio and local television and whatnot. We just came from the courthouse here, and and you are a bail bondsman here. This is your enterprise here.
Right.
See, I contend, Mr. Galt, that, and I'm just curious for your opinion. You know, I mean, I'm not going to try to. I contend that this whole majority of this is just a money-making business. You know, most of these people that are going into that are in these courts are victimless crimes where no party's been injured, I just wanted to get what's your feeling? Do you believe that the justice system is operating the way it should be?
Well, I think the justice system is operating according to the writing of the law. What did you do? What were you charged with?
It wasn't me, it was my 18-year-old son.
What was he charged with?
He got charged with driving under the influence of marijuana.
Possession of marijuana?
No, not possession of marijuana. They stopped his car and determined with a little light scan that his eye dilation or whatnot, that he, in their judgment, he had been smoking marijuana.
I see. Well, the best thing I would suggest you do on that is get you an attorney and investigate the case. And if he's falsely accused, well, then you can come down on the justice system. If he's not falsely accused of justice, you just have to suffer the consequences.
Well,
I don't know the situation of the case.
Well, I know that, Mr. Gold, but what I'm basically asking you, mentioning to you, is that my son's a good kid. You know, he's never been in a fight. He's never violated anybody. He's never hurt anybody. So why is this system making him a criminal?
Well, the system is not making him a criminal. You say he was charged with possession of marijuana.
Yeah, but who's the victim?
Well, if he was charged with
no, he didn't get not possession. No, not possession.
Well, he was driving under the influence of marijuana. You should investigate that through the system. Now, if he's not guilty of those charges, then you come down on the system. If he's guilty of those charges, then he have to suffer the consequences.
I understand. Well, you're following it by the law. What I'm saying is, though.
Wait a minute.
Talk to you or the court?
No, he have to call me. Look on the back of the card that I gave him.
Okay.
He called me once a week. Give me his name and his court date and hang up. See, that's voicemail. We just want to hear from him once a week to find out he haven't run out on us and forwarded the
he's not. I can guarantee you, Mr. Gold, he's not going to run out.
Okay,
in fact, we may be getting Dateline and Nightline and all of them down here to expose what we believe is a big revenue generation, money-making business.
Okay. Well, if you think that he's not guilty of what he's charged with, then you can come down on the system. But if he's found guilty in any kind of way of violating any of those laws, then he's going to suffer the consequences.
Well, that's what...
Violating the laws or violating somebody or somebody's property? That's what the question is.
Well,
that's the question. Who's the injured party here?
What do you mean?
Who did my son violate?
Well, I don't know who he violated. I don't know who he violated. Evidently, he violated himself by being under the influence of marijuana.
So it's up to these courts and this government to decide who's to just make laws, random laws, and go ahead and just bring people into these courts and extract money out of them.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm a bail bondsman, and if you get arrested and they set a bond for you to get out, and you pay me to get you out, I'll get you out. Now dictating the courses of the law, I don't do that.
Well, let me just ask you one final question, Mr. Gold. And I do appreciate you taking the time to do it, because I know I'm kind of a tough host here. You probably don't remember me when I talked to you 3 weeks ago.
Right, I remember you coming in.
You yourself acknowledge, and I'm not just talking about here, I'm talking about all across America. The facts of the matter are that right now we in America have almost 2 million people incarcerated. The largest prison population in the world now. Out of that, Mr. Gold, 60% of those people are sitting in these prisons victimless, which means no one's life, liberty, property, reputation, nobody was harmed in these crimes, in these so-called crimes. And these jails are filling up. Okay, now that to me that means that there's that means that there's a problem with the courts and the justice systems and the laws are essentially making all of us criminals.
Yeah.
Do you see some sense in that?
I see some of that because, like you say, the biggest majority of the people that's in jail now is in jail for non-violent crime.
Right.
Like a possession of marijuana, possession of a controlled substance, a DWI, or whatever. And I say there should be some consideration of that. I say like rewriting some of those laws, because when you send a man to the penitentiary for having one rock of crack cocaine, and you send him to the penitentiary for 5 years for that, I can't see the justification behind that, because he haven't hurt anybody but himself. See, the system is so in tune. The system is so in tune with protecting the big man and sentencing the little man until that's who suffers. The little man is the man that suffers.
Now, why didn't you just say that from the beginning?
Well, I didn't know what you were getting at the beginning.
Who's bringing the drugs in here? It's not the people that are getting charged.
That's right. It's not the man that's using that crack cocaine is not bringing the drugs in here. The man that's bringing the drugs in here is the one that's getting by with murder, so to speak.
Or preferably the CIA.
How many bail bondsmen in this small county, sir? How many bail bondsmen do they have on this one 4-block area?
Well, in all in Williamson County, I think it's about 11 bail bondsmen.
But on just right here near the courthouse, how many?
Right here near the courthouse is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
5 just in the vicinity.
Right within the block.
Now, Mr. Gold,
of the jail.
You actually said what I would hope that you'd say. So.
Well, I don't go along with making the little man suffer and the big man getting away with it when they know the little man is not the man that's bringing this crack cocaine, bringing the marijuana in here.
Are you aware that Senator Graham, who's a U.S. Senator out of the state of Minnesota's son, just got caught with 10-pound bags of marijuana, and he got off?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he didn't get it. So, and my son, supposedly, I mean, they didn't even find drugs. They just speculated through this eye test. What I'm suggesting, Mr. Gold, is that we have a business here. Basically, it's racketeer.
Yeah. You mean the system?
The system, yeah. The system.
Well, I don't go along with that part of it, because I've seen a person with some powdered cocaine get probation, and I've seen a man with a rock or crack get sent to the penitentiary. I don't see the justification there. As far as the system is concerned. That means as long as we're in this capitalistic society, if you got some money and got some prestige, you can get away with a whole lot of things that the man that's broke can't get away with.
That's another element to this, yeah. But so if the laws weren't in there in the books to begin with, hauling all these victimless type people in here, then that couldn't go on.
No, it couldn't.
So there's an injustice in the law.
I think it definitely. Look at me. I'm glad you know it's an injustice.
Well, yeah. But what I can tell you is that we're all subject to it now.
Well, if we're all getting victimized, the people that don't have anything, automatically, society victimizes us. If we don't have anything. If we don't have any money to fight the system.
Yeah.
If we don't have any money. See, the bottom line is, how much do you have? When you get in jail, if you got a $10,000 bond and don't have money to get out, you stay in jail. Then we have to take care of the people that's in jail. And it may be a non-violent crime. You know, it may be because they think you had some crack cocaine, or they smelled some liquor on your breath, or whatever.
I'll say, well, I think that's all. I just think there's plenty of injustice in this so-called criminal justice system. I guess that's the bottom line.
I think it's injustice in our society. In our society, it is.
Yeah.
Because we living in a capitalistic society. If you don't have anything, you suffer the consequences. And again, it used to be where just we would suffer consequences. Now it's gotten to the place where everybody don't have anything, regardless of who it is. If you don't have anything,
let me ask you one more question, Mr. Gold. Have you ever heard the term New World Order?
Yeah.
You ever heard that term before?
I've heard that term.
I think you're seeing a microcosm of it in this Williamson County facility. That's your New World Order right there.
Yeah, well, they write them as they go along, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, sir.
Well, get your shaking.
I appreciate it. Libby Gold. I appreciate it.
Right.
And we will be here.
Okay. Check in with me once a week. It's on the back of the card that I gave you. Just call in once a week. When you call in, give me your name and your court date and hang up. That's voicemail. I want to hear from you once a week.
Okay. All righty, sir.
Okay.
Okay. How do you think that there will? Let me just say this. There's several Indian tribes in Vermont that I've interviewed on my national radio show in the last couple of weeks. The county and the state are coming after them. They're hitting them with phony DWI charges. They're putting them on probation, putting them on community service. And I'll say this: these Indians up there, they came on my show, caller after caller after caller, and stated that they do not recognize this county, their county up there. They do not recognize these courts, and if these county authorities or these state authorities come onto their property, they will be met with armed resistance.
I wouldn't doubt that. They got them in reservations up there. They took the Indians' land and put them in reservations. They got them fenced in.
Well, let me ask you,
all of this I think belonged to the Indians.
Well, let me ask you this: with all the complaints you hear, do you think that there could ever be enough people across America to say, look, I'm tired of these courts running my family's life, running my friend's life. You know, we're tired of this prison business going on. Do you think that? Do you see that as a happening?
I don't see it as a happening because as long as you live in a capitalistic society, the man that got the money is the one writing the laws, and the man that's writing the laws is writing the laws for his protection.
You don't think enough of the small people can come up and say and just?
They have to make a heck of a big change. They have to make a heck of a big change because the man with money got you in his pocket.
Yeah.
He got you in his pocket, and you're dancing to his tune. When you get to the place you can dance with the poor man's tune, then the poor man gonna have some authority.
So you think this is going to go on indefinitely?
As long as you're living under a capitalist society, I think it's going to go on indefinitely because the man with the money, the man is writing the laws. And you have to go by the laws. See, we're law-abiding people. We have to go by the law.
So is
but now, why don't you question who's writing the law?
I am. I am.
Well, I mean, let's do something about it. It's wrong. See, let me tell you, in Williamson County, I was the first black man to apply for bonding license. You understand? I was the first black man, and I had to go through the thing. It's a man, the district attorney here is the man that stuck his neck out for me to get my license. You understand? He stuck his neck out for me to get my license. He put his job on the line because he didn't know how the voters was going to react to them making a black man a bond. It could have been detrimental to him. You understand?
Are you saying? So what do you? So you saying there are some good people inside?
There are some good people in there. Yeah, you got to be some good. You got to have some good people.
Well, the statistics the statistics bear that with 2 million people incarcerated, 60% victimless. The statistics illustrate that there are some definite injustices in this criminal justice system.
You always will have that because the laws are not going to accommodate everybody. The laws are not going to accommodate everybody, and a lot of people that's crying and raising hell about it is the people. Some of them are guilty, and the laws, those laws, if you just have to bear the guilty. The guilty. If you're guilty,
personally,
you just have to suffer the
consequences. But I don't think smoking a joint of pot is in your own home or something is hurting anybody.
I don't think so either. But a man was in his own home, naked, playing some bomb drums or something here the other day, and he got arrested. And he was in his own home.
Well,
and he got arrested.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, you understand my point.
Yeah, I understand.
Over 1 million people are sitting in these jails when there's no actual injured party.
We got the jail full here in Williamson County. In all counties, the jails are full. The jails are full of poor people.
Yeah.
The jails are full of poor people. They don't have the money to get a lawyer, pay a barman to get them out. We can always have that. We just have to live with it, I guess.
Well, the Jeff Davis show don't sit idly by to injustices.
Well, I don't either. I cry about it. I raise a whole lot of hell about it. But I need all the help I can get. I need all the help I can get in bucking the system because I know and you know the system is there's some injustice in the system. I know that. You know that.
Yeah.
But I got so many people, so many of my comrades is laying down, and all what's the use? Why buck it? And as long as you got an attitude like that, well, they'll always be laying down. You got to stand up and fight. If you believe it's right, you got to stand up and fight for it.
Well, we are fighting.
One show may not be enough. You may need to get all the shows together and do something about it.
Well, maybe you can come on my live TVs. This tape, well, this will run on tape, but hey, maybe we'll call over.
Okay, give him the card, okay?
It looks like your bond service is doing quite well. We're driving this new Cadillac here.
Well, I'm
now, does that mean that you are reached a plateau where you yourself may be above the injustice laws, or you figure they'd haul you over there just as quick as anybody?
No, I'm not. I don't violate any law. And if I wanted a Cadillac, I just bought a Cadillac.
Well, let me
That's
ask you this.
what I wanted.
Do you know that the state legislature just passed 1,200 new laws?
I know they passed some new laws. I don't know how many.
Yeah, and most of them are just like making us criminal type laws.
Yeah.
So I would say if all the laws were implemented in this country, if they were enforced, we'd all be over there.
Well, why don't when we read these laws, why don't we study the laws and see the vulnerability of it? We live by these laws. Is something wrong with these laws? And if there's something wrong with them, why don't we all get together and do something about it? Instead of just sitting down and say, well, that's the law.
That's what we're trying to do.
Well, the law is wrong.
That's what we're trying to do.
You know what I mean? Well, let's do something about it.
Well, I mean, all we can do is have shows and try to tell people about this stuff, you know? I mean, because the politicians, they won't listen to us because they're into the pockets of the people with the money.
Right, capitalist.
So it has to be the small man that ain't get angry enough. They get enough of them in here and start running them through these courts and destroying their lives, getting them people angry. I think that could ultimately change.
Well,
they destroy enough people's lives in this system and get enough people mad.
Well, can't the public see this? Can't the public see this? Why do we have so many problems getting enough money to build a school for our kids and don't have near that kind of problem getting enough money to build a jail to house people that's been incarcerated? Why is that? Why is they building new jails? Every time you look up, they build a new jail in the city, and we having hell getting. They got schools over there with these little make-believe buildings for them.
Yeah.
You understand?
Oh yeah.
They have hell getting enough money to educate the kids, but they got all kind of jails full of criminals that's not educated. Don't you know it's more beneficial to educate a person than it is to concentrate a person?
Well, maybe
it would be more beneficial for society.
Maybe not to the people that are profiting from the prison business, though.
You gotta
see this. You gotta admit, this is a business.
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay.
But raising our kids should be a business too. That should take top priority the way I'm thinking. Look like that would take top priority. I want the best education going for that kid. And if it takes not building a damn jail, don't build a jail, build a damn school and hire the right people to educate him, where he won't go to jail.
Well, unfortunately, that doesn't fit in.
So I stop that. Let me control you. You gotta dance by their music.
Say that one more time, Mr. Cole. Tell the folks about this welfare system.
Well, I'm gonna put a chicken on the table and I'm gonna put $1 in your pocket. You understand? I'm gonna give you a place to stay, $10 or $15 a month. You can go get you some food stamps, get you some food, and I'm gonna give you a check every month. Now, why should you go out and try to learn anything to get educated?
Sure.
You do just like we want you to do, and you don't need no education. You got everything you need.
So the government,
a place to stay.
And the government's control.
That's exactly right.
Right.
That's right. The government is involved in their life. You got to dance by their music.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, you gotta, you on the back of the card, it's telling you, call me once a week. Let me know where you are, let me know where about your court date, when you go to court. If you don't do that, the second time around, if you don't call, we're gonna get suspicious and send somebody after you.
Okay. Well, like I said, that's not gonna be the situation. Alrighty, folks, we are here. This is the final piece of this. Once again, I appreciate Mike for coming out here. We are here in Williamson County. There's the courthouse where we just went through about 3 hours of sitting there, watching people get brought in for consuming alcohol, driving without plates and inspection stickers, marijuana charges, these kinds of things. Well, victimless. So virtually, I'd say about 90% of that I heard were victimless. What we see here is a huge money-making business, and I've said this a million times, and I'll continue to say it. This is a business, folks. This has nothing to do with justice or law or protecting people. This is a business out here. Now, my son has got his court date reset till January the 5th. Until that time, as you saw on the film, he's supposed to call the bail bondsman once a week, which basically means that between now and January the 5th, the bail bondsman and the court are in control of my son, and then depending upon what happens on January the 5th, that responsibility is then turned over to the Williamson County prison business. So that's where we're at, live, the Jeff Davis Show, live on location here at the Williamson County Prison Business Facility.
Stay tuned right here for more classics. We have a organization. It's only here in Gonzales. Somebody's trying to get by. Go back a little bit. We have an organization here, a nonprofit organization. It's Gonzales Association of Patriots. But every month we do something really good for some lucky person or people. And when we had the hurricane down there, boy, did we, that was a lot of money. We usually don't go out of Gonzales, but that was a little bit, to see those people in the trailer parks and stuff really hurting and stuff, we went down there and helped them.
Okay.
And but we're gonna help a real nice elderly lady. She barely makes her bills, Peggy, so I know she's going to be appreciative of the $100 that we're going to give her. And so let's go over and surprise her. We've already mowed her yard, so she'll probably tell you thank you about that. But then we're going to surprise her.
Okay, great.
Here's what you're getting this month.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Right there. It's awarded by, because I know you need help with your food and everything else. So that's from the Gonzales Association of Patriots. We always try to do something good for somebody every single month. We try.
I love you, Mike. I love everybody. Thank you.
There you go.
Everybody.
Buy what you want with it. Buy you something nice once in a while.
I love you, Mike.
Yeah.
God bless you.
You know, people donate money to us, and that's how we get this money.
Thank you.
So if anybody, wants to know more about our organization, we're here in Gonzales, Texas at P.O. Box 481.
Thank y'all very much, and God bless everybody that helps people around that are in need. God bless y'all.
Okay, we'll see you next time, Peggy.
Pasa buen día, señora.
Gracias.
Sorry to interrupt your classic viewing, but here is Jeff Davis. What is it?
Legendary Jeff Davis Show.
And what should they do?
Well,
subscribe to.
I gotta make my proper
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Legendary Jeff Davis Show, baby. From Central Texas, USA. Best in the world for 30 years.
And you're watching some 25-year-old.
We're watching Mike Hanson Archives here on Facebook. Now, Mike, tell us about your...
Okay, well, you don't interrupt. Let's go right back to Jeff Davis.
All right, this is Jeff Davis.
You forgot to do the little Satan thing, Alex. Do that.
All right, let's stop touching the table because we're moving the table.
Yeah, there you go. Loving. Okay, try a few more and let me eat their lunches for them.
Okay, here.
Come on,
we'll go 3 calls and then I've got to say something. Okay?
What I'm saying is wrong here.
Okay,
Come on now.
I'm going to say something after these 3 calls.
No, you can say something now if you want.
Now, I just want to, okay, mention this. What about this for solving problems? Okay, I know you don't like to talk There's an about easy this. solution. Just vote for bigger government and all your problems are solved. Exactly, bigger government. The largest government wins. Okay, how about this? Voting on the budget. Do y'all agree with that or not? Do you think that's the same?
I believe it's a fraud.
Wait, what?
Because the
more we ask for government,
the bankers are dictating to the banker-controlled Congress all the different spending programs.
Right. Don't you think that if that went through the citizens, then we would vote all these out because we don't want higher taxes, right?
Well, I don't know. You got a lot of citizens out there that don't know their ass from Shinola.
Well, yeah, but they're not going to.
So they might keep
But they're
voting.
intelligent, compassionate members of the society.
Yes.
But they'll only want to, they'll only want
I'm
to
a
vote what they
UT
support
professor,
then.
too. Love liberalism and globalism. It's in your best
Black
interest.
ski mask and world death and the UN killing children, that's all part of the love. Okay, but this is how it could work, okay? You go. What are they complaining about? We took care of those bad people at Waco.
We shot 14-year-old Sam Weaver in the back.
Percent if they want, okay? Then you just vote for the percent that you want. So that's it. So
Now, I challenge callers to call in and tell us why what we're saying is wrong.
Yeah, tell us how we should give up our rights.
Not feeble little attacks against our facts. I'm talking about legitimate. You can't do it, folks.
Okay, what you got?
I was just wondering, can y'all show a little bit more of Chris Farley there and then come back to y'all because I really love him and he just died and I was like flipping to the channel.
That's right. Don't worry about your freedom. Worry about Chris Farley. Well, we can't because what we're talking about is much more important.
Well, you can play Chris Farley for all. Look, I mean.
Yeah, at least we got the picture. You can go down to the video store.
Sure.
Right. Suck up all the bread and
Cram
circus.
another cheeseburger in your mouth and just feel real good.
What are you going, Bo? I'm going to turn the lights down. Oh.
Hey, why? They're a little bit bright, aren't they? I feel like Casper down.
I'm on the surface of the moon, on the surface of the sun. Love.
Hey, that stuff down there.
Hello, caller.
KJFK, that's pretty good stuff down there.
Oh, look, another powerful caller. They learned how to play music. Listen.
What was it called? Uzi or Oza or what the heck?
Ocean.
Hello? Pretty good stuff.
Hello?
Yes?
Tell us how we're wrong, caller.
The only thing I got to say is what made this country great.
Personal freedom. Liberty.
No. Private bankers running everything, big government,
lies, propaganda,
everything.
Dumbing down to the population. Dumbing down. Hold on. Dumbing down.
Government.
Let me tell you, dumbing down the population and brainwashing and lies.
Sure.
And not standing up against lies.
World government.
No, what made this country great?
We just told you, man.
Big government.
Yeah, big government. Surrendering our sovereignty to the World Trade Organization, the UN, the World Health Organization.
No, what I'm saying out to the listeners, what made this country great? The government or the people to be free and prosper and be the best they
The government's here to help. We're here to protect you.
Yes.
Who's we?
The loving people.
The government.
No, can we...
The people that control the loving government. Hold on. Don't mind, caller, and you're still on the air. Don't mind, caller, that we're wearing, the government wears black ski masks, we have helicopters, and the IRS has no innocent until proven guilty and no due process. Don't bother yourselves with that. How about Coach Mack?
Yes, why are you talking about questions like that?
Coach Mack's who's important.
Yes.
Well, okay, football is completely ridiculous, obviously.
But we're not in bad shape. I mean, you look out here and they got a nice, pretty skyline.
Right now. We are. Well, wait. Our total debt, state, local, national, personal, federal.
Like $35 trillion.
Yeah, are over. Yeah, I mean,
that's nothing to worry about, though.
Yeah,
and the living folly.
Yeah, and the total. Of course, it's all satire, guys. Of course, the whole.
It is.
Yeah. Of course, the whole actual U.S. worth, everybody combined, is only $24 trillion, but don't worry about that.
Oh, what's each man, women, child, prisoner?
89,000.
Yeah, there's about 89,000 in debt.
That's good.
But we don't worry about those things, Bo.
Right.
We don't worry about people busting into your house with ski masks. We just worry about the Cowboys.
Coach Mack and the whatever's tangible.
Yeah.
I guess that's why they would attack
what the media
you before
feeds
this imaginary stuff, because...
Sure, because the media presents that as loving.
Everything's
and
good.
Stuff that we say is domestic terrorism.
It's bad.
Yes, it's bad. You don't talk like we do. You're domestic terror.
But okay, everyone agrees that football is ridiculous. But there's also two ways. There's exposing the corruption of what's real.
Yeah, the humor
and
continues
also
here.
at the ideal.
Down here at the Bread and Circus on Semantics, folks.
Right.
Now call up and tell us
there's
why
a caller
we're
on
wrong.
right now.
All right, go ahead. What do you got?
Well, what I'm saying is, if nobody said anything that offended anybody, then why do we need the freedom of speech?
You're not loving. Everyone should shut their mouths, stop asking questions,
Cram another
submit.
cheeseburger in your mouth.
Submit, and the love will flow. Can I go caller? Of course. Hello, caller.
You
You're on the
got to
air.
say cram another cheeseburger in your mouth.
Well, that is my coined phrase.
Yeah, it is. I like it.
Hello, loving.
About the Southside ATX.
Well, the BATF, the Bureau.
Oh, that's loving.
They care about you. That's why they wear the ski mask.
Yeah.
They're here to help.
I mean, they killed all them people in Waco for you, them bad people.
They shot 14-year-old Sam Weaver in the back.
What are you complaining about, caller?
You're whacking me or something.
Oh, here's the look at
another government training center dude.
ATX, asshole.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's loving.
Why don't you make sure you cram another cheeseburger?
Hey, I want to say one thing real serious. To the people out there that have brains, isn't this scary? These people don't even get satire in the country anymore. They've been so dumbed down in the high schools and so brainwashed, they don't know their ass in the hole in the ground.
And they don't even wish to.
Oh, no.
As long as all they care about, Bo, is going
Dreamland.
Down.
It's aimless. It's just endless Alice in Wonderland for you.
Yeah.
And we're here to help.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, loving. Oh, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'd just like to tell y'all my name is John Torres, and I got like joints sticking in my ass.
We don't talk about the other slaves.
He's cool.
Hello?
You know what? Yeah.
Yes, I don't think y'all should be talking about Chris Farley. I think y'all are very rude. And
Oh, we're hurting Chris Farley. See, she's concerned not with children's freedom and patriotism and world government. Oh, no.
you're a faggot.
Oh,
another loving dude.
You are intelligent.
Boy, the mentality. I'll tell you, these bastards have sure done a beautiful job.
Brainwashing and manipulating and dumbing. You have been so dumbed down.
Shit in the history of the world, man. Here's the Constitution's under attack, our sovereignty's under attack, and look at the shit you talk about. Come on, what's foolishness? You got some foolishness to throw at us now. Come on with it.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Come on with your foolishness.
Hey, man.
Yeah, there it is. Another one.
Boy, you really control your life. You're really in control of the situation. You are a mindless slave that's pulling me down with you. Get the hell out of my way, loser.
Yeah, these callers can't even blow their nose.
Why would someone call Oh, yes, master.
How do you blow your nose, oh slave? How do I blow my nose, oh slave?
Here. I'll play BATF. Where do I put my helmet? Is it out in the hall, guys? Somebody look around for my ski mask and my BATF helmet.
This presentation, actually,
I'll be back.
It is satire, Bo.
You're going to play Rockefeller.
It is satire. So don't. I mean, we're just having fun down here. But I mean, let me put it to you this. You realize that? Let me just say this. If there's not a dictatorship being set up, like I present,
right?
Judging by these callers, if there's not a dictatorship being set up, let's face it, it's certainly a perfect time for one.
Yeah, but we don't know what these callers. I mean, if we were actually trying to answer questions and deal with things seriously.
Okay, I'll answer questions.
Well, the thing is that if people actually do believe that, I want them to call in and just to call in and say you support it. You understand that the government is, doing is up to these things. Did you bring the manuals you got on the CIA?
No, I forgot.
Yeah, Jeff has actually gotten the actual bottom line copies of hearings and stuff, the official things, and so it spells it all out.
Tell them about it.
Well, just the experimentation, right?
The CIA MK Ultra project.
Yeah, but I mean, it's obvious that they're experimenting and it's true because that's what a government would do if it had all the power like it does. Yeah. And I guess what we probably agree on is that the government should have no secrets from its own people. In a democracy, it has no secrets.
Yeah.
To some extent. And that's
keep in mind, let me mention this. The history of the country was founded upon we, the people, as the government.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole concept has been mired now that the government is some separate entity up here, and we submit to it. That's not what the country was founded upon. The country was founded as we, the people, in a constitutional republic, are the ones that we are the government.
Now, what is a shadow government? The first I've heard is
the shadow government is your loving
like the CIA or something.
No, that's your loving Mr. Rockefeller.
But they only owned half the country at the turn of the century. Their power has gone away.
Yes.
So what we need to remember
is Bilderbergers,
our
Club
delegates.
Of Rome.
Right.
You familiar with them, Bo?
Not familiar, but I understand that they're real and the real problem.
Oh yeah. But it's in our best answer.
To me, it doesn't mean...
Yes, just believe the false reality that's projected.
Look at it, it's a ski mask with a tie, man.
In fact, I'm now the BATF agent. Don't mind the way
Wait a minute, I'm Mr. Rockefeller.
Yes.
Go through that wall over there and kill them people, Mr. Minion.
Hey, I've been working hard. How about a pay raise, Chief? I've been violating a lot of people.
David Rocka.
Please keep making your controlled politicians pass more gun laws. I get so tired of getting fired at by people protecting their property.
All right, we got 2 minutes. What do y'all want to say? Let's not go to calls. What do y'all
We got
want to
more
say?
than 2 minutes. We got 5.
Let's take a
we
few
got a little
calls.
ending.
Try a few of these to see if there's any.
Right,
if there's
okay.
any
You want to?
consciousness
No,
having-
we're going to burn through these. Okay, we'll see if you support or what. Caller?
Hello.
Yeah.
Good evening, gentlemen.
What you got?
How are you doing this evening?
Don't mind the ski mask. I love you. I'm here to help.
I heard you saying something earlier about the Republic of the Constitution.
Constitutional Republic.
Right. What exactly were you speaking to in reference to that?
Thank you. Go ahead.
Speaking to reference to what the country was founded upon. Because the country was founded upon a representative constitutional republic.
Now, wait.
Where we, the people, hold our representatives accountable for what's going on.
Let's go back to you being the BATF.
No.
I mean, you being Rockefeller. Sir, what do I do?
Go through, get them people in Waco. That's what you do.
These dupes are so easy to abuse, Master.
Yes, get them, and we'll give you a pay raise. I don't make a very good Rockefeller. Oh, yes.
Another loving caller.
Another educated dupe.
Alex, I've got a copy of Executive Order 12986 in my hands right now, and I don't see anything about the UN taking over the parks.
What does it say? Does it say immunity to suit?
Yes, it says International Union. As far as I can tell, it's just a limited diplomatic immunity for people who are working for the International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources.
Why do they need this immunity? Do you know they put up signs, UN signs at some of the parks?
Yes, I'm aware of that, but I also know that several communities have prevented their being listed as biosphere.
They have. Yes, Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico. We're going to stop those people.
Okay, I understand.
Wait, are you familiar with executive orders and the new bill 902 that Ron Paul's passed to stop Clinton from handing over the parks?
Well, since this guy is obviously into researching documents, see if you can get your head on H.R. 1965.
Yeah, Clayton,
You'll
check
find
that out.
to be a loving document.
Yeah, check it out.
Call Congressman Doggett and get a request a copy.
Loving
H.R.
copy.
1965.
But don't
Since
listen.
You're obviously somewhat interested in researching some of this.
Yeah, check it out for yourself.
H.R.
And believe me, the government needs your help, my friend.
National.
Please help.
National.
We appreciate your help.
National.
We
statute,
need your help.
National. Let me.
Thank you.
Since this caller is obviously interested in this, the National Asset Forfeiture Reformation Act, H.R. 1965. Get a copy of that. Call my show on Monday night.
That means if somebody doesn't tattle on their neighbor, I get to not only seize, I get to seize both houses.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's make sure we mention when your shows are, right? It's Alex Jones. It's Tuesday, let's see, 8:30 to 11, right? Okay, and Jeff Davis, Monday, 7:30?
7 to 8:30 p.m.
Hey, I want to go back. I want to tell people one more thing one time. Pop me back up there, guys.
No, it's time.
Right. I want to tell people something. I talk about this as satire to show you what's happening. Red flags should be flying up everywhere about the police state that's growing in this nation. Please wake up. Long live the Constitution and death the New World Order.
All right, thanks for coming on, y'all. Sorry we didn't get you longer.
Thanks for having me on, Bo.